The big question is, did Trump do a good? Something I'm sure a lot of you out there never thought I would say anything good about Trump. A lot of folks think I'm a crazy leftist on this show, but hey, I call it like I see it. But before I get into that, if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment. I want to know what you're thinking, right? I mean, especially if this, you mentioned, the words Trump and good, and people are either going to love it or they're going to hate it. But either way, I want to know. Now, it only took, let's take a look at this. It only took, let's see, that's 1,434 days, 34,418 hours. I'm not going into the minutes there, but over 2 million minutes and a lot of seconds for Trump to do something that we can finally all agree with.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Now, I know a lot of conservatives out there aren't going to agree, but come on. We can't joke. You don't like Dumb and Dumber 2? Come on, man. It's a funny movie. Anyway, yesterday, Trump said he might not sign the $900 billion stimulus package. And honestly, I agree with him on this one. But, if you think he's doing this because he really wants to help people, you might be wrong. But I'll get to that in a second. First, this deal took months and months to put together, right? It was 5,000 pages long. And apparently congressional members, representatives, had just 2 hours to read it. Yeah. It's just a tiny little ridiculous. In fact, it was so ridiculous that it's got conservatives agreeing with AOC, which is just absolutely crazy. Let me blow that up for you just so you can read that. It says, I might be sick, y'all. I can't believe I'm about to type this. I agree with AOC. Man, was that tough to type out. Well, Eric, I hope that you are okay. Welcome, welcome to reality. Because yes, this is wow. Now, keep in mind, if this bill does not pass, right? It doesn't pass, Americans lose unemployment benefits on Saturday, and the government could shut down on Monday. Talk about waiting to the last minute. But again, 5,000 page bill there's a lot of crazy stuff in this one. Let's take a look. Apparently, there is a part of this bill that includes COVID relief and also has a section detailing the reincarnation of the Dali Lama. Yes. Okay, so basically this is a part of the bill lays out, the process for the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. No offense to people out there, no offense to anyone who, maybe practices I believe it's the Buddhist faith, but I don't know. I feel like there might be some more important things going on now. Just maybe. Also, another part of this bill is that if you are streaming, if you're streaming this on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or wherever, even on Twitter, look at that, you're all good. But if you were hoping to stream your favorite Christmas movie this holiday season, or you might want to think about something else. Maybe get a little DVD, because if this bill passed, that stream could cost you 10 years in prison. That's right. Illegal streaming could be a felony now with the new COVID relief bill. I will unfortunately have to find somewhere other way to watch my Falcons lose on Sunday. And, if you thought, hey, does it get crazier? Oh, it gets much crazier. If you know any servers out there or are friends with any servers, well, they could soon have to give over their tips to pay the chefs, right? The folks making the food. So right now, it's the owners that pay that bill, but it could be coming out of these servers' pockets to try to help owners be able to, squeeze a little bit more money out of them during this coronavirus pandemic. And I don't know about you, but when you think about a server, they're not very wealthy to begin with. So the idea that they're going to lose money, just not that great. So again, if you think this bill was great, and think, hey, finally Trump's standing for the American people. He's finally, really standing up to these crooked politicians here. Then why did he do it today? If you thought Americans deserved 2,000, why isn't being agreeing with Democrats who've been saying the same thing for months? I mean, months. Has Trump just, maybe he just hasn't been paying attention, which he is known to do. But it could also be something else. This could also be part of Trump's tried and true strategy of just kind of throwing shit out there to distract you from whatever else is going on, right? He tweets one thing so you don't see the other thing, right? And in this case, that other thing was pardoning a lot of people, including former Blackwater contractors convicted of war crimes after they gunned down 14 civilians, including children, in Iraq. Now, they probably got a pardon because Blackwater is owned by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos's brother, Eric Prince. He's also chosen to pardon other people who have been convicted of heinous crimes, including, including people connected to the Russia probe, right? He said, "Oh yeah, this Russia stuff, it's fake," and it's one of those things for people who say it's all just drummed up to get Trump. Well, they got a lot of convictions out of it, but a lot of those people convicted of this, the ones who stayed quiet and stayed loyal to Trump, are now out of prison. Other folks who actually agreed to work with the federal government didn't get a pardon. Did not get a pardon somehow. Also, someone who got a pardon is corrupt politicians, right? Guys like Duncan Hunter. Now, Hunter actually was supposed to spend 11 months in prison for misusing campaign funds, and that prison sentence was supposed to start in January. Basically, what good old Hunter did was he took money from the Republicans, right? Republican donors that gave him money to get reelected and go fight the Democrats in Congress, right? And instead, he used your money, that's right, your money out there, to have sex with a bunch of women who were not his wife. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Trump supposed to be draining the swamp? Like I thought this was all about. He's supposed to be draining the swamp here. Kind of seems like he's filling it back up again. So really, I think this whole thing about, trying to get more money in these stimulus checks is trying to distract people from some of these pardons. Just today, he pardoned Charles Kushner, the father of Jared Kushner, who you might remember, actually, his sister was married to a guy. He hired a prostitute to sleep with his sister's husband and recorded it on video. Yes, that guy is free now. But hey, I guess maybe still draining the swamp, right? But hey, who knows? Maybe this will work and they'll actually add to the stimulus. I'd say probably not, but hey, we'll see. Highly doubtful. And if you were keeping your hopes up that Trump was gonna pull one out here, he just left D.C. to go down to Florida. And House Republicans have refused to agree with House Democrats who have gone on and said, all right, let's go ahead and pass something. Let's get this $2,000 out there. And Trump has apparently not called the Republicans to try to force them to make a deal here. So probably not going to happen, but we will see. I am an optimist. Last thing I want to say about this is it's very interesting seeing people's reactions to it, right? It came out late last night and people were immediately against it because Trump did it. Because apparently Orange Man can do no good. Now Trump's like, I want to give you more money, and people are out there like, no good. That came from you. I can't accept this. But the thing is, if that's your response to this, you're honestly no different than those crazy Trumpers that, liberals say you're no different than those crazy Trumpers that liberals say they hate so much, right? Government is about two sides coming together to get things done. There's a lot of bad things Trump has done as president. He has been very, very far from perfect. He's currently trying to pull off a slow-moving coup to throw out the results of the 2020 election. And if you're out there and you hated the term defund the police, well, I hate to break it to you, But it looks like Trump just defunded the military by refusing to sign the latest defense bill, right? Now, that bill's still going to get passed, but it's going to have to go back to Congress, and they're probably all going to vote on it to override what his, veto essentially would be. But yeah, that's who Trump is. But hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And if we want to figure out how to move on and get back to normal as a country, we've got to stop demonizing the other side so much, right? This isn't a football game. There's no scoreboard. Politics shouldn't be about owning the libs or canceling the conservatives. It should be about helping our fellow Americans to have better lives, right? So who cares why Trump is just throwing this out there? And I mean, if it helps, if it actually works and helps put food on the table for millions of Americans suffering right now, that's a good thing. And that's something that we should all, get behind. Again, I think he's doing this for other reasons, but we shouldn't just hate everything Trump does because Trump did it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for watching Citizen Pete. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, click that little subscribe button, maybe the like button, and hey, maybe, just leave a comment. I want to know what you're thinking. What do you think about all the politics and news and all the stuff that's going on in our country?